Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El, and today we're going to be talking about Wolfenstein Youngblood. Now, guys, I know I'm going to probably get slaughtered what I'm about to tell you here, but I didn't buy this game and I have no desire to buy this game, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly why right after this. Okay guys, so believe it or not, yesterday I actually got a chance to play this game. I didn't know what to think about this, okay? Wolfenstein Youngblood, I was really looking forward to it. I know it has a $30 price tag. I probably shouldn't have expected much, but I'm just going to give it to you guys. Now, it's just important as like a disclaimer to put here, because I know you guys are going to probably murder me for this, but this is what this channel covers. We're an independent channel. This is, you're part of the channel. I'm part of the channel. I opened this channel to become a community. This isn't, I have a job. I'm not doing this. I'm not getting paid to tell you something is good or bad, like most of these yuppie companies. This is a channel to just give you the truth. Now, I really expect you guys to please comment down below whether you validate whether what I'm saying, whether you disagree. I want to hear below also the reasons why, so we can get people to make more informed decisions about buying games. I've been tricked when I was a kid. I didn't like that, all the time. Even in my adult life, every time they trick you with these fake reviews, you buy the game and then regret it. And, people even forget where they got the review from. And then they're like, well, that's just my opinion. So I'm just going to say it right now. This is my opinion. And I'm telling you, instead of telling you like these guys are telling you to get this game, I'm telling you, don't buy this game. I have absolutely zero desire to buy this game. I don't want to buy it at all, but some of you guys might want to, and I'll explain to you exactly why. So I made a list here of things that that I wanted you guys to know, some concerns that I had. So first off, the whole story takes place in the 80s. BJ Blazkowicz, vanished. He disappeared, and now his twins, Jess and Soph, are pretty much looking finding any little clues, trying to look for exactly what's going on, where is he, what exactly happened to him, kind of like Supernatural in the early series, if you guys remember when it was actually good. I might get killed for that too, when it was actually good before it was the repetitive junk it is today. But it was really cool. Family, they were looking for their dad. They're looking at his diary, trying to find, family is everything. It was so cool back then. And this is pretty much the same exact thing. Now, I'm going to say this. The good part about it is the connection between the sisters was freaking amazing. They nailed it down. Just incredible. Okay, they do jokes on one another. They maybe it's a little bit over the top, their jokes and the way they laugh and whatever, but it's just fun. It's pure fun. It felt really cool. It actually made me want to play the game a little more, just to see what the heck they're saying and all these little crazy jokes that were over the top and lame but funny. And it's just that it's a great feeling. Like, you could clearly see these were like teenagers. Another thing I liked about it was how they stayed within the 80s look. Like, sometimes in games they will say it takes place in the 60s, and you probably see a few cars here and there, and then you see everything else doesn't look at all like it's from the 60s. This thing literally looks like it's in the 80s, everything about it. I mean, you even find floppy disks and put it in big junker CRT models, monitors, and you put it in there. It just feels very 80s, and I really like that. I really dig it. The negative part about the character design, I mean, pretty much they did, and as a person who worked in game development, I took that back in the day, classes in it. It's really simplistic in terms of character design, and you can clearly see that between the sisters. Their bodies are exactly the same. I know you guys probably won't notice it because, we're used to just playing the game and picking it up, but maybe I'm just taking this out, but I'm going to start with that. They're wearing the same power suits, and pretty much they look exactly alike other than the heads that look different. And, obviously the voice acting was great. The movements were amazing. You could clearly see there was motion capture involved in it, or they're really good at doing motion. I don't know what to tell you. But the way they goofed around, the cinematics was incredible. I gotta tell you, like, I gotta say something about the Wolfenstein series. Always the cinematics were great. Even we're talking about Return to Castle Wolfenstein, if you guys remember way back when. Even that had nice, for its limitations or whatever, but it had nice cinematography. So I really enjoyed the cinematography in it. I really think it made you want to play the game more, even if you were kind of bored with it. It kind of got you more immersed into it, sort of. The only problem is the story was lame as hell, but we'll get into that. First, we're going to talk about the climbing and the double jump. The double jump is incredible. The level design, really cool, except one thing. They didn't make it really interactive. Now, what do I mean by that? You guys remember, like, back in the day when you would have to jump on something, like, let's say, Quake. If you remember the old Quake games, you would have to jump on something like, let's say, thin like this, like a light post, and you'd fall all the time, and then somehow you land on it and then jump into other things. That's exactly what you're getting here. The jumping was like, sometimes you go over the balcony, sometimes you're just falling down. There's like no height perception whatsoever in terms of how this game plays, because sometimes it looks exactly like you could jump it and you could, and then there's times it looks exactly the same and you're jumping and you fall straight down, and you battle Nazi soldiers. It was just so stupid. It didn't make any sense to me. It was horrible. The climbing was clunky as hell. I can't tell you. It was like the definition of glitchy climbing is this right here. It felt more like a game from the early 90s, like the old Hexen games and all of that. That clunkiness, that's what the climbing here felt like. It felt very, very old school and not really interactive. That's pretty much, I don't know what, that really ticked me off and kind of made the game very old feeling and very boring to me, because when you're trying to, because the stages look absolutely stunning. I mean, and so you want to go out there, especially the outside stages and everything. They really designed it so well, and you really want to immerse yourself into this world, into these stages. Go, especially when you want sniper positions, and we'll get into that. But sniper positions, you want to go up on a balcony and you want to snipe some dude. You want to take him out in a stealthy kind of way. You're just not going to do that, because most of the time you're going to fall to your, not to your death, but, well, technically you're going to fall straight into the soldier's hands, so they see you and pretty much your cover is blown. It really sucks for stealth. It just doesn't feel good. And, to segue into the stealth, we've been begging them to take dead bodies out. Okay, if you guys remember how many of us used to write on their forums where there's stealth modes and there's stealth stages. Guys, why can't we just, when you're killing one, so the alarm doesn't signal or whatever, or let's say you're killing one, why can't you just remove the bodies? Now, this was all the way back to Return to Castle Wolfenstein, but Return to Castle Wolfenstein was cool because when you add the stealth mode, you usually can wait it out till the character walks into a room or whatever, or somewhere else that it's not within vision, like behind the Jeep, and you could kill him. In this situation, you just leave him dead, and you got to pray to God nobody sees that, or the alarm goes on. But the alarm also, the AI is so freaking poor in this game. Like, it's just horrible that somehow they don't see any of that. It just doesn't feel like a realistic stealth game at all. It's not realistic by any shape and form. In fact, it feels absolutely like you're just playing run and gun. I can't explain it. It's just really a horrible stealth experience. Another thing is, which doesn't make sense at all, and again, like the 90s games, like Quake, which I loved those games back in the day, but, we're in 2019, you'd figure they'd get this right. You can get a sniper rifle, and, in all of the games, you shoot the guy in the head, he's less shots to take down, or he dies really quick. And this, you could shoot a character, let's say a powerful character in the head, up to 10 times like you're shooting his body. It kind of feels like Resident Evil 2, the remake, when everybody was saying, yo guys, we loved the game, it was a great game, but why didn't you add like some dynamics or some kind of physics into it, or something like if you shoot the zombie in the head, he's dead in one shot, instead of just keep shooting at him, whether his body or head, a million times until you take him down. Now again, this makes the stealth experience poor, because when the Nazis see you shooting 10 bullets, squeezing out 10 bullets at a time into the head, you're gonna see that there is issues. All of them are gonna see that they're gonna hear the sounds, and then they just find where you are, and pretty much the stealth mode is gone. There was a part in Colossal where I used to go with the knife and just stab one after another, just stealth the whole damn thing, even though it wasn't a stealth mission. I was able to do things like that. In this game, you absolutely cannot do that. It absolutely does not work. You could do it maybe a couple of times, and then straight up something defeats the purpose. The stealth in this game is so freaking poor. I just think they should have taken it out. Just take it out. They shouldn't have had it in, and we would have, complained about it. Definitely I would have bitched about it, but it would have felt much better and more realistic than it is right here. The non-removal of bodies really kind of pissed me off, because, we all been very vocal about that so many times, and they still didn't do it. Next on the list is, what is it? So the issue with the co-op. Okay, this is the funniest part. Now, when you're playing the co-op game, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. The only problem is when your partner or you're looking for something that's more mission sensitive in order for you to progress in the mission. You guys might not know what the hell you guys have unless you communicate with each other manually. Now, what do I mean by that? Back in the day, or in the last game, when you picked up something, it always says your partner picked up this, or somebody from your team picked up that. In even Unreal Tournament, it says they picked up the Redeemer. This character picked up a Redeemer, and you'd know exactly who picked up what in your team. The problem is when you're playing some kind of mission-sensitive game, and then you're looking for, where the heck is this thing? Where is it? I don't know where this mission sensitive object is, and you're constantly looking, and your buddy grabbed it, and it doesn't tell you that he grabbed it, and you have no idea what the hell's going on. You're just gonna stand around looking for crap until by miracle you tell your partner, "Hey dude, I'm still looking for this," and he might say, "Oh well, I just found it." You know what I mean? It's so stupid they didn't put that. I'm sure probably an update is gonna come out later on, because I'm sure many of you guys are gonna get really frustrated if you bought the game, which I hope you didn't. Because believe me, when it gets fixed, it'll probably be $20 or even less. I would not recommend, right now at the state that it's in, even though it's a fun game somewhat, to kind of continue the story of the whole thing. I would rather just have another Wolfenstein game, to be honest with you. Another thing is, and this might be a little bit, that I'm looking at. If you guys remember, I said I always hate politics in games. With the other Wolfenstein games, you really connected with the characters. They all had depth. They all had everything. Everything was great. It had women and men kicking butt, taking names. It was a great freaking game. It was amazing. I loved it. Every time a new character got introduced, you were like, wow, this one got character. This one got this. The guy, who dies, who was, played as the lawyer. There was so much depth. I even told my wife so many times I should turn this into a freaking movie. It was absolutely amazing. Then it goes to this crap. None of the characters, except the main characters, have real depth. You're going through even their strongholds, and you're meeting these guys, and they're just like regular people. And it just, I don't know, it felt so lacking. It was unfreaking believable. Like, it was like, I'm all for girl power. I love that. I thought those two really nailed it. But girl power doesn't mean eliminate men completely out of the field of fighting. It was just so stupid. The other games was men and women fighting together, kicking butt, taking names, and because of that, the characters had so much depth. Now you're just walking, and it was like kind of, if you guys remember Resident Evil, when you had that guy in Resident Evil 4, hello, stranger. Kind of sounded like it. And he used to just sell you stuff, and you're like, who the hell is this guy? Even that dude had more depth than these characters in the Stronghold. They just kind of like stood around, did absolutely nothing, and were just kind of like The story didn't even drive you anywhere. It didn't bring you anywhere. That's another stupid thing. It was like you just pretty much, they drop you in a place and you got to find your way around and kind of make sense of the whole thing. I get it. Maybe that would be more realistic if the whole world was deserted, absolutely deserted. But when you're going into a stronghold and all these characters that are there absolutely have nothing to do with the mission, they just kind of stand around there, just whatever, and kind of lead you out, like kind of just get the hell out of here. It's just so stupid and unrealistic. Another thing is the guns. When you're shooting, just like in any other Wolfenstein game, you really feel the impact. And this one, you actually feel it even more. But the guns are not lethal. They're as stupid as hell. It kind of looks like an over-glorified, over-exaggerated paintball gun. Like you just, like something you just put together, like a giant super soaker. You remember how ridiculous those used to be when they used to pile them up, make them up super soakers or whatever the hell they used to call them. And it was just, this thing, even that was probably more lethal than this. It was so stupid. It didn't make absolutely any sense. These guns were supposed to make people's heads fly off and explode like the size that they're in. They're like freaking portable cannons. And they absolutely were not lethal. They just felt like paintball guns. And again, absolutely, there's no point of accuracy in this game. You could just blast anywhere in the body and you're going to get the same kind of effect. Just horrible. This is what I'm going to say. Throughout the game, when you're going to play it, you're going to realize something. You're going to say, this game is missing something. Then you're going to say it's missing more things. This game is extremely lacking. Now, I'm going to say this. A lot of people are giving them a lot of crap because they're saying, well, the level design and, there's no dynamics to it. There's no real physics to it. The thing is, we have to look at it at face value. This is not a new Wolfenstein game. This is just a sort of add-on. $30, I think, is way too much. It should be like the old back in the day, since it plays like the games back in the day, even though it looks nice. They should charge $20 for add-ons. Seriously. But add-ons even would be much better than this. This just is extremely lacking. But you know what pains me? If it was just a lacking game all throughout, I would just say whatever. This game has so much freaking potential. The story, when it's just about BJ Blazkowicz and it shows the cutscenes, it's really awesome to go back into that because you remember the old game, the game that was before this, and you remember all the games, and you absolutely love it. But then it goes into their story, and it's just stupid. It's not worth $30. It's not worth even 20, but I'll give it 20. I would say wait till they drop the price. Now, if you guys are on the Nintendo Switch, I played it on the Switch as well. I can tell you for a fact the game runs well. A panic button, obviously. For $30, if you're not, I'm not one, like I told you, I don't like playing first-person shooters on the Nintendo Switch. Now, again, don't get me wrong, that's just don't take it the wrong way, that's just me. That's my thing. I like to, with a mouse, to play it on PC, totally maxed out, and then I play it, I have proper aiming with the mouse. In this case, it doesn't even matter. This game was perfectly designed for no need to aim correctly. That's the thing with this game. I would say it's worth it for $30 on the Switch if you're looking for a first-person shooter and you can't afford to pay $60 for a game. Let's say, or even though Doom is now, they go on sale here and there, I would recommend, getting that. But $30 to me is just still so much money to spend on a game, especially on the Switch, because there's so many great games about to come out for the Switch. I'd rather you guys save your money for that. But if you're on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, save your money. It's totally not worth it. Wait till this game goes down in price, and believe me, it will. There's going to be like mountains of complaints, I'm willing to bet, about this game. They might fix it with an update. They might not, because it's an add-on. I don't think they're going to put that much manpower behind it. But if they do and they fix it, by the time they do that, maybe at that time it'll go down in price or a little bit later. I would say save your money because this game is totally not worth it, the $30 price point. I'm sorry, that's just me. Again, this is a self-funded here, independent channel giving you the absolute truth. I will not buy it. I have absolutely zero desire to buy this game. The only reason I gave it a shot was because I love the Wolfenstein series. I'm the biggest fan since the beginning. Like, literally, I'm 39 years old. I played this game since it was out, and I freaking love it since part 1. I loved it when you kicked Hitler's butt. It's sad that Hitler's not in the game. He wasn't in the other one, but, you know, you couldn't really do anything because if you kill him, game over. So it was stupid. I would want to have another game that they throw Hitler in there and we could all kill him. And that would make the game even better. But unfortunately, that's not happening anytime soon. At least I don't think so. But this game is horrible. It's just, it's fun to pick up if it was $10 or even, you know, 20. I would say is too much, but $20, I would say give it a shot and just play it on the go or play it, whatever. But you're gonna really regret getting this game. That's why I have no desire. I only played it, like I told you. If I have no desire to get the game, I was about to go get it. I went to my friend. My friend said right away in GameStop, dude, you might want to rethink this. And he told me, play the game, let me see how it is. And they get it before it comes out because they want to educate their employees so they can properly, give you information. It was horrible, guys. He just off the bat said this game is horrible. And then I started playing it, and I couldn't, at first I was like, wow, this is good. What are you talking about? He said, just give it a second, and boom. You feel it almost instantly like a kind of a booster shot, and you're like, what the hell is this? It's so freaking lacking. I don't recommend it at all. I don't have desire to get the game. I'm glad I played it so I can give you guys the honest opinion on this. If you guys have the game or if you don't have the game, let me know what you think down below. That's what matters the most. And as always, like this video, subscribe, hit that bell button, but definitely share it. Let's make our community grow so we can get the truth out there to the majority of the people. Not to make mistakes. I know a lot of reviewers are like, oh, it's the best game they've ever played. Oh, it continues on, blah, blah, blah. I know even one of the popular ones are like, oh, this is just unbelievable. This is a must-have. I'm not going to say names, obviously, because last time I got flagged for it. So I'm just going to tell you, so much crap going on there. Be very selective who you pick, who you listen to. Always goes for the indie people, because the independent ones will always be the ones that tell you the truth, because we got nothing to gain. And this is our channel. This is the beauty about this channel. So if I'm lying or if I'm saying something that's not proper, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Comment down below and let's get the information out there. Comment why. Comment what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. I want to hear everything. This game's a stinkeroo. It is cool just probably to pick up and just blast for the sake of blasting things. Kind of like Doom when you're just playing it. You don't really care about the story. You just want to blast away, zombies and demons and all kinds of crap. But, it started to have a story, Wolfenstein, as you got into Return to Castle Wolfenstein, and even before before that, the Spear of Destiny and everything, you kind of just went right into it. But all the games started having a story, and all these stories were more in depth. This story is so horrible. Let me know what you guys think. This is Dr. Leor Borrell. Love you guys for all the support, and definitely let's make this grow, and tell all your loved ones, if you played this game, not to get this, because you'd be surprised. A lot of my family members actually went and bought this game. Even though I told them, I said, just wait on it. I'm going to, review it. It's just because we're such fans of Wolfenstein and Doom that we just buy it right away without even thinking. I would say wait on it till it drops to $20 at least. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye. As always, guys, if you like what you see, self-funded here, be sure to check out all my other stuff, from mini-series to unboxings to technology, and Nintendo reviews and 3D printer reviews and all that good stuff. If you like what you see, the only way you can help the channel is by liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell button. As many more cool videos to come. Definitely want you guys in it, and I want you guys to be vocal. Definitely comment down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.